Louisiana Beer Reviews looks at Slaapmutske dry hop lager, a malt liquor, 5.3% alcohol, product of Belgium. This company was founded in 1992. Slaapmutske means nightcap, but it's 8:35 a.m. so it's going to be a morning send-off for Easter Sunday. This is being recorded on Easter Sunday, but it won't be posted on that date. Brewery, okay, Slaapmutske is brewed at De Proof Brewery in Lochristi, Belgium, but it's under the control of brewery Slaapmutske, so it's contract brewed. With a name like Slaapmutske, it has to be good. Or we should say, with a name like Nightcap, we hope it's good. Expired, wait a minute and a half. EXP colon 06-2012. So it expires almost 4 years ago. Come on, Acquista Pace, y'all have to step up your game. I mean, I know basically no stores in America check dates, but Acquista Pace is notoriously bad for this. Look at this rain. I was walking, I had to hurry back, my shirt got wet. Look at this thing. Trappist glass, they said. I guess it's a lie, you put in anything you want. It's unfiltered and it's unpasteurized and it's dry hopped. It said the malts are Pilsner malt, excuse me, and aromatic hops of some sort. 35 international bitterness units, 5.3% alcohol, like I said. Gets a good score on Beer Advocate, a B, those haven't looked at it. 67 out of 100 on Rate Beer, and only a 95 out of 100 for the style. Now, when I did the Dierik Arend, look, that Arend Tripel, it was old, right? I thought it was old, or perhaps it was old, and it tasted like fruit that was on the cusp of being rotted and highly, almost turned fruit and all this stuff. And I went on and on about the fruit, the fruitiness, the fruity fruit. And then I watched this one video. It's like a podcast. They never showed anything. It was just people talking. And the way they described that Arend Tripel was exactly the way I described it. The most peculiar thing. And did not taste like a Tripel. They said they could put it in a fruit box, one of those wax fruit boxes, and drink that for their daily fruit juice. I mean, that was bizarre, but what I said matched up with what their video said, so I felt better about it. Okay, so happy Easter. Even though this is not posted exactly on Easter Sunday, it's still Easter season, but these videos are watched out of time anyway. I had people watching my 2010 videos saying and commenting on it like it's in the present, so that's fine. Not much of a head in this. It would be thicker, I think, in a narrower brim glass. The lighting is not too good. It's orange gold more than gold, and there is chunks galore, or there are chunks galore, tan chunks. So it looks like almost, no, not a Vienna lager, certainly not, but yeah, like an amber lager, like a Beta Amber, or Rolling Rock Red Amber Lager. But those don't have the chunks, they're filtered and they're pasteurized. This is unfiltered and unpasteurized, and those are not dry hopped, and this is. I'm just talking about the appearance, the shade of, brown or whatever, gold brown. Okay, anyway, enough of that. What's going on with the aroma? It smells old, I'm sorry. It's like highly cellared and highly old. It's got that ultra ripe, I don't want to say turned fruit, but it's, and I was talking to Tom the Beer Whisperer, and I said, this beer, I was talking about that Arend, he said, you didn't check the date? I said, no, I'm in there and I'm looking around. I'm not thinking about that all the time. He said, well, no, I do that a lot also. He said, I don't check the dates half the time. So let's check. So it's fruity, maybe a little grain husk. And this has no adjunct or sugar in it, okay? No Belgian candy sugar, no corn or rice. It's just water, barley malt, hops, and yeast, okay? 35 IBU. The hops have faded, I'm sure. It's not too bitter. No, Greg did a beer review on this, and they have the date, guys. So I want to see what he said about it, about the beer and the date and all that. I'll be looking at that soon enough. Okay, in the flavor, it's not so much of that turned fruit, okay? That's there, it's present, but it's not predominant. It's like, at the beginning it's there and then it fades, thankfully. The bitterness is, maybe it's there in the undertaste. The bitterness is low, but it builds slightly. The mouthfeel is light and watery, really. So it's got a lager-like mouthfeel. It's crisp. I didn't talk about the sweetness. I didn't talk about the Cyclops scale on that Arène Tripel, but I thought that was like 3.5 to 4 out of 5 sugar cubes. And then as I drank on it, I did think it showed a little bitterness, so it was maybe 1.5 hop cones. This is probably one hop cone, 1 out of 5 hop cones. Fresh, it might be 2.5. See, but it's not like my fault for not checking the dates. It's like, where do I ever find this? I don't see this anywhere. I saw it, I bought it. I'll probably never see it again. And on that podcast, they were saying, one guy said, I used to work in a beer store. He said, those kind of beers, those Belgian ales, they just set on the shelf. Nobody buys them. They just set there, and they just go old. They just age and age and age. And the store bought them, right? So they're reluctant to get rid of them. They're just hoping that somebody will buy it and drink it, not pay attention to the freshness or anything like that. Yeah, it's got peaches in the aroma. I'm telling you, peaches. No, I mean, I don't know. I always say that. Pears. I'm saying pear, not peaches, pears. Sorry about that, folks. Yeah, it's like it tastes sort of like bush beer, with dry hop and pears, literally. So if you want to drink a beer that's similar to bush, crisp like a bush beer, but with some, and I think it would be odd anyway, even if it was fresh, it would be odd, just the way they construct it. But, 5.3, yeah, okay, malt liquor, because it's above 5%, and people ask me all the time, what's the difference between a beer and a malt liquor? There is no difference. Malt liquor is a beer. It's just, they say malt liquor because they don't want to run afoul of state and federal regulatory regulations or laws. It's probably a regulation under a law or within a law. But, so they won't say beer, they'll say malt liquor, and oftentimes you'll see them, they'll slip in and say beer. It'll be like usually an import, and it'll say beer, and it wasn't caught. So okay, malt liquor, the Guinness extra stout they're selling right now from Ireland is 5%, 5.0, and it's called malt liquor. So, and that would be acceptable apparently as being called beer. But in Texas, they're really strict, so you can always see it. It'll say, many bottles will say ale in Texas. So, okay, Alright, I might do this for the Malt Liquor Project as well. I'll let you know about that. So, I think this is a... Oh, wow. They got so much gunk at the bottom, and for that Arène Tripel, I did not swish and pour the gunk. I forgot. And then when I finally did it, I was distracted thinking about something else, and then I rinsed the bottle out and poured it out. So, sorry about the rain. You notice my voice is pitched higher. We're trying to talk over the rain. So it's sort of like, instead of Louisiana beer reviews, it's like Louisiana beer reviews.
It became milky, very milky.
So if you want a milky, fruit-oriented, slightly hoppier, and some head too, huh? Off-white head. Oddball malt liquor lager beer from Belgium. This will be one to get if you want to pay that kind of money. It was like, I think it was like $4.59, which is way overpriced. Then you can buy it. Otherwise, just get an 18-ounce bottle of Coke 45. You know. All right. So les bon temps relais. I'll go with an A. I gotta go with an A-. I mean, it's an interesting thing. This is not some ordinary run-of-the-mill item. You gotta do what you gotta do. And I'm gonna end this review by saying, y'all come on now to rainy southeastern Louisiana. Go Southeastern Louisiana University Lions.